What's up, guys? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a subject that for some people is controversial, but for me it's pretty straightforward. And that's the idea of men without children dating, seriously dating, and or even marrying women who do. Now, I've made videos about this in the past. In fact, I made a video in the earliest days of my channel, and I left the question open. Should you date single mothers? I'll leave a link to that pinned to the top comment for those of you guys who are new here who haven't seen it. And again, thank you for you guys being here. For you guys who are new, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to get into it. But first things first, I want to talk about a success of this scenario. Mr. Shaquille O'Neal, NBA Hall of Famer, multiple-time NBA champion. And he is probably one of the most famous people who grew up in a stepfather situation. During the earliest days of his youth, his mother married the late Sergeant Philip Harrison. And even today, Shaquille O'Neal has the utmost respect and admiration for that man. He saw him as his real father up until the point where he had passed away and he got a chance to meet his biological father for the very first time. And you know, guys, I want to say this really quickly. Shaquille O'Neal is 52 years old. This is a man who was born back in 1972. At the time I'm filming this, he's 52 years of age. And I want to ask a question. Let me know down in the comment section. I'm just asking a question because I want to get you guys comment on it and feedback. Is it safe to say that women throughout all of history know the deficit men who don't have children put themselves in raising someone else's? Is it fair to say that the women of 50 years ago understood that a man who did not have children of his own stepping into another man's financial, spiritual, and moral responsibility was putting himself in harm's way? Is it reasonable to assume that women of, the 70s and the early 80s saw that man as, look, kids, this guy does not have to be here. He does not have to be here. He does not have to put up with what he's putting up with. You kids better respect this man. He is the man of the house. Do as he says. He's in charge. In my opinion, the answer is yes. Because back then, women had at least had the pretense of respect for stepfathers. But fast forward to now, in the twerking on TikTok generation, they all know. They all know it's a bad deal. And they all know it's a very unimpressive place for a man who does not have offspring of his own to find himself in. And you're going to see examples of this in brutal living color. No more wasted time, guys. Roll the clip.
I'll take that bed. Now you get in the bed and go to bed. I'll bed you when you not here. Every day when you go to work. You like I did something to you. I did nothing to you.
I asked you what this mail was yesterday.
See, this is a life lesson, especially to you young guys, fresh out of high school, for you guys who are brand new to the military. You don't want to be in this position, guys, where you're emotional and you are frantic and you are in desperation mode. See, I think this is about she's upset with him for something menial, something trivial that could easily be looked past or brushed over, but she's probably trying to put him out because of it, because she's got the power over him. You don't ever want to put yourself in a position where you don't have your own, guys. Never cohabit with a modern woman. It will never benefit you to do that, because when you come into her territory, she calls the shots. And it is very rare that a woman in a position of power isn't in a hurry to abuse it. Man, do not. Let's keep going.
In my breath, right?
You saw the incense in right there?
No.
I was some spray on the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, guys, you're looking at a man who is desperate, on the verge of panic. He has completely lost control of his frame. He's lost all of his masculinity. He is fully in his feminine energy, spazzing out. And see the little boy who is spraying him with, an air freshener. What is that? Water gun? Who knows? But we do know this. Children pick up on what their parents think is okay. And she disrespects this man often. There is zero chance, because I know when I was growing up, you as a child did not inject yourself into an adult conversation, especially actively like he's doing. That's a good way to get smacked across the room when I was coming up. I guess things have changed. Guys, you never want to be this emotional in anything with a woman. because it is far too easy for her to mistake it and recategorize it as weakness. Women cannot wait to punish whatever they perceive as weakness, guys. This guy is totally out of order. And again, it's coming from a place of desperation. He's probably looking at the roof over his head slipping away, and he's prepared to do anything and everything in his mind to try and save that opportunity. But he doesn't understand that he's digging himself a hole he can't get out of.
Stop
Doing anything. I did nothing to you. I take care of your kids.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Don't take care of them. Yeah, that's nasty.
I did nothing wrong right here. Nothing. But help you.
Like I haven't been helping you.
What beard is it?
If anything, just making us lay
What
on
beard?
I don't know if y'all heard that, man. Even the little girl was like, wipe your beard off, because he's got snot and spit all over his face because he's having a tantrum. They're the children. Little man is spraying them with, I don't know, water or air freshener. Baby girl is like, oh my God, you're supposed to be a man. Why are you behaving this way? This is humiliating, man.
Don't do it.
This your fault.
This your fault. This your fault.
My
I had my hair for the rent.
Man, hell. Damn my hell.
Why you didn't have your hair?
Why'd you record? Oh, wow. Great.
Okay, it's starting to make sense now. Apparently he's light on his half of the rent. I don't know by how much, and I don't know by how many days. But apparently he's light on his half of the rent, and she's coming up with any excuse she can, bullshit or not, to put him out. Apparently she's talking about some smell yesterday. Bitch, you can open the window, cut on some fans, spray some air freshener. That's not what's going on here. Effectively, his financial usefulness to her has ended, and therefore he's out on his ass. And he's panicking about this and upset about it, as you guys. You do not want to be in a position where you're begging a woman who has not just one, but two of Tyrone's fuck trophies to have a place to stay. You would rather live in a sturdy cardboard box on an overpass than live under these conditions. And on top of that, as humiliating as all this is for him, at least he ought to be, he is on camera. She's recording this, guys. Some stuff belong behind closed doors, not on the internet for all of us to see. Now I'll take it because it gives me content. But beyond that though, for her to further humiliate this guy above all else tells you what quality of woman she is. For clicks and likes and clout, always have your own, guys. Never find yourself at a woman's mercy, because as you see, the split second you come up short in any way, she can't wait to flex the fact that you live under my roof and now you no longer do. You're better off living in your fucking car than finding yourself under a woman's thumb like this. Learn the lesson from this guy. Keep your frame. Practice stoicism and get your own shit, because if you don't have your own, you could find yourself begging or ran through for a place to stay.
All right, y'all. So do you side with a man or woman in the case I'm about to present here? Okay, I'm actually going to side with the man on it, but I'd like to hear what you have to say. So this man and this woman, husband and wife, they're having a party. They've been married for a couple years, and the guy's stepkid, her kid, is there at the party. Everybody's having a good time or whatever, and he's giving relationship advice to some of their friends. And she comes over and says, don't take relationship advice from him. And he thinks she's playing around and says, well, it got me you, didn't it? And he gives her a kiss or whatever. And she says, the only reason you got me is because I was recently divorced, scared, and I had a kid. And basically he was a safe choice. And he goes silent. Right? And I mean, I don't know. That would be so freaking devastating. Okay. But a couple days later, she realizes how silent and how affected he is. And she tries apologizing. He said, I'll be okay. And then like 2 weeks later, she's starting to get into panic because he will not talk to her. He won't do anything. She starts cooking his favorite foods, trying to do all the things that he likes, even goes so far as to have their kids go stay at her parents' house, or his stepkid and her kid go stay at the parents' house. And then she takes him somewhere that was important to them, and they go stay a couple nights there. And then when they come back, he goes to work for a couple days. He comes back. As soon as he walks in the door, he said, can you sit down on the couch for a second? Sits down and said, we're done. We're getting a divorce.
Salute to our brother. Now, unfortunately, it took him 14 days to finally figure it out, but he finally realized the last place he wanted to be was 8th choice to Chad's alpha widow and his crotch fruit.
And she tried everything. She begged him not to go. She said, I love you now. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. I actually side with the guy on this, and I'm not trying to be mean. I understand everybody's situation would be different, but the fact of the matter is, and a lot of people are going to say, no, you work harder on a marriage. To me, that contract's null and void because she did not love him when she got into the relationship. Okay, she saw safety. She was panicked after her recent divorce, being a stay-at-home mom with a single kid, so she latched onto the first guy she didn't even love because he had money and could provide safety, and that's what she did, and admitted that's what she did. And so when he found out, he's like, oh, you don't love me? I don't want you then. Do you agree with this guy for divorcing her?
I think our guy did the right thing. And depending on how long they've been married, he might still qualify for an annulment and get out of this thing with minimal collateral damage.
She said she admitted she didn't love him. She'd just chosen for safety. And to me, that would be about the only more devastating thing a woman could do is love me and then cheat on me, which to me means she never really loved me in the first place. But let me know what your thoughts are. I would definitely side with the guy on this. But I understand everybody's got their own opinion.
A common theme you'll see among these types of women, guys, is that if she in her brain, and trust me, it's inside of her brain only, if she feels that she settled for a guy, because who knows how much of a Chad the ex-husband was, but she couldn't keep him for whatever reason. If she thinks she settled for the new guy, she cannot wait for an opportunity to humiliate him, especially publicly. Listen again, guys. They had a party at his house. So company, mutual friends, probably neighbors, eating, having a good time, cookout, whatever the situation might have been. And she had the gall to say that goofy shit in front of everybody, not caring how he felt or what the impact would be. Because in her mind, I'm wasting time with this guy, but he pays the bills. Shout out to him for handling that right though. Cutting bait, because this is going nowhere. You're not taking one more cent of my money and not one more second of my time.
I'm not ashamed of my 3 kids, and
3 of them things?
I wouldn't have.
Wouldn't you be ashamed of your 3 kids? Your 3 kids are a blessing, bundle of joy, blessing from the Most High God. But continue.
If I wouldn't have the 3 baby daddies, I wouldn't have my 3 amazing kids.
What? What the fuck?
Whoa there, boy. Whoa there, buddy. 3 baby daddies? 3 of them. But maybe I'm a misjudged character. But continue.
But for me, you have to accept me as a whole with a 4 unit. So it's either, are you even equipped to hold down this 4-4?
It seems like the other men that you have children didn't want to come with the 4 equipped, the so-called total package, or what y'all ladies call, we are a package deal. Even though they step into your lives, buy clothes, provide everything you need that you wanted your first 3 children's fathers to do, but they never did. This man comes in, now he's second in command behind you and your children. Well, third in command, knowing he's the head of the household and he provides. But now he has to come equipped for a 4-piece, like we had Popeyes or we had KFC or some of the churches. Select on the menu. Yeah, let me get that 4-piece. Let me get that 4-piece. Let me get that 4 with that hot sauce and the extra biscuit with that strawberry fennel.
The shaming language never stops, gentlemen. It just reformats for a different audience. Guys, she's talking about she's got 3 kids, though none of them match. That's preposterous. And that is sexually reckless. For her to be passing that coochie around like a frisbee, and then when you get there, you got to foot the whole bill. Guys, never forget that women like this aren't looking for love. They're looking for financial assistance. They're not looking to have you lead that household. They're looking to have you come under her stewardship. You come in, pay the bills, and do what she says. If you don't know by now, that's an absolutely shitty deal. You have not been paying attention. And also, these types of women, guys, and she's not bad looking. I'll give her that. You know, that's probably why she got them damn kids. But beyond that, though, she is trying to tell you that they're a package deal. Look, I'm going to say it like this, man. And I would say this to her face. However mad she got is her business. I appreciate you trying to sell me the combo, but all I wanted was a sandwich. Guys, do not find yourself in a position where you are bailing out a woman who has been this sexually irresponsible. Do not come to her as she's about to crash into the wall in infertility. Because think about it, if you're a guy who has never had kids and you walk into her life and she's already got 3 there when you get there, where's your legacy? Don't be that guy, fellas. That said, that's my time. Like the video? Comment down below. Share with a friend and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, We working. Until next time.